Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yuzral. The game is World of Warships. Welcome to Polar and welcome to some dirty, filthy, vile seal clubbing. You know you want it. This is Stillguns. He is in the German Tier 3 premium battleship, the Seine Majestat Schiffer Konig Albert. My apologies if I've pronounced that wrong. This was the fourth, technically perhaps the fifth of the Kaiser class battleships, and Yuzral, wait a second, the Kaisers are tier 4, you said this was tier 3. Yeah, that's the thing about the Konig Albert. She is a slightly nerfed Kaiser. The main battery range isn't quite so good, the refire rate's a bit worse, but the fact remains that this is still essentially a Kaiser class battleship with those 10 305mm rifles, but it's tier 3 instead of tier 4. Yes, it's every bit as vile as it sounds. Stillguns has seen his first victim of the day. MRX 299 over there in the South Carolina is the only other opposing battleship on the enemy team, so along with the single enemy destroyer, he is basically flagged as a threat. First broadside goes out, rounds come down, and, well, it's low-tier gunnery, I suppose, at that range. One penetrating hit and one overpen was about as much as you could expect. Reinhardt 100 over there is unfortunately taking the focus of a lot of attention, and is probably severely regretting his decision-making, but of course he can't really turn, because if he does he's going to show broadside to a battleship and approximately 5 very angry protected cruisers. Not that everyone's shooting at him, of course. Stillguns has just picked up 2 fires, so pops his damage control, gets it shut back down, and he can't take as much use of the smoke screen as he'd like to because, well, unfortunately, he's still visible off from the flanks. Reinhardt has gone down, succumbing to the inevitable, and, ooh, looky, broadside Weymouth. Tempting. Unfortunately, there's an island in the way, so that's going to have to pass. Nope, didn't manage to hold visual on the South Carolina long enough to get a shot either, so just toddle around the flank. Don't want to go ploughing into the middle of all of those ships. Reinhardt demonstrated why that was a bad idea. We'll just keep an eye out, because there was a Bogatyr lurking. Aha, there he is. Everton takes a full broadside, rounds are coming down. Straight line, virtually oblivious, and youch. Okay, that is more like it. 7,000 damage is not pocket change. Not at low tier, not when you're in a cruiser. Stillguns starts his reload, and he's got 10 seconds to pick his next target. Eye up Grimjow's 73 in the Chester, and yep, that's looking pretty tempting. Not that there's much else to shoot at, but here comes Arcos 74. Now, he's still locked on to Grimjow, rounds out, and then dispersion strikes, and he actually grabs himself a twofer. 2,500 into Grimjow, and approximately the same into Arcos. 2 ships in 1 broadside. That's something you don't normally see. Mostly because the gunners in higher tier ships are not cross-eyed drunk on the Kaiser's finest snaps, but there you go, sometimes it works out. Lining up on Everton again, but picks up another fire. No point blowing the damn con on this one, so Stillguns holds for a second. Doesn't panic, lines up on Arcos 74 in the Dresden, puts another round out, and gets 3 overpens. Yep, the gunners aren't sober. Somebody find the acorns. We've got Bale in the half hold. We need some ersatz coffee from somewhere. Jaradu 26, however, is, well, he's dead. Got a bit too far ahead, got caught in a crossfire, and it's not looking too good for Team Green. They are 3 cruisers down. However, the enemy team has lost their destroyer, so at least the torpedoes are out of the equation. Lining up again onto Arcos 74. Is he going to die this time? Well, you never know. Oh, let's be honest here, you totally know, because German gunnery, well, low-tier gunnery. However, Arcos is on 3,000 health and change, so angling or not, he's not going to be able to take much more of this. Remember, Stillguns and MRX are basically the only people in this game with repair parties. Everyone else, once the hit points are gone, they ain't coming back. Arcos is desperately trying to get that last kill onto the Jurien that's accompanying Stillguns. but he's not quite going to be quick enough. Rounds go out, and Stillguns has opened the batting. But if it was looking bad before, now it's looking even worse. They are down 5 cruisers to a destroyer and a cruiser. And Stillguns, yeah, he's kind of run out of friends. There is a Chester, Grimjow. He's got the South Carolina, a Jurien de la Gravière, a Weymouth, and a Bogatyr shooting at him. Who's he going to go for first? Well, it's gonna be Grimjow, and welcome to the wonderful world of overmatched bow armor. Straight through the bow plate, straight through the thwart, straight into the citadel, and farewell to him. Lock on to MRX 299. The secondaries are engaging at this range, but they're secondaries at low tier. I mean, they're scoring the occasional hit, yeah, but that's very much all you're going to get. Emphasis on occasional. Quick glance at Los Pashtetos. I mean, that's a French light cruiser. It's got tin plate for armour, and I'm being generous there. But again, he is taking a massive beating. Damcon's that single fire. Not normal, but he's not got the health points to just tank it instead. Citadel's MRX 299, and all of a sudden that South Carolina isn't looking nearly so scary. In fact, he's looking rather dead as a second Citadel blows him out of the water. Now it's 3 cruisers to a battleship, and yeah, the Konig Albert's got plenty of armour, so those 6-inch guns are mostly going to be bouncing even with high X. Secondaries are fully engaged. He's got the Jurien behind him. Everton has decided that screw this, he's had enough and is out of there, which leaves him free to focus on Rambaldi in the Weymouth. And amazingly, ladies and gentlemen, we have a British light cruiser that is not up for a bit of Citadel lewd. Rambaldi is playing it as safe as he possibly can, given that he's far too close to a very angry German battleship, and he's trying to stay angled. Of course, the Weymouth has got casemated guns. If he wants to fire more than 1 or 2 of those 6-inch pea shooters, he has got to show a bit of broadside. Not that the Konig's gun crews are having any luck finding that oh-so-tempting citadel, but at least most of the Weymouth's semi-armor piercing rounds are bouncing. However, Rampoldi is running out of health. He opens up the angle, trying to get a broadside. Is this gonna be it? Almost. Yep, there he goes. And all of a sudden, we are pulling ahead. It is 6 ships to 5, and the enemy battleship is gone, so Stillguns now has a commanding position. Admittedly, he also has a ship that is being held together by baling twine, duct tape and happy thoughts, but that's not really an issue. The enemy's ships are in an even worse position, particularly Sonic over there in the Friant, the French tier 2, if memory serves, but that's not going to be his next victim. Los Pastetos pops out, and hello, cutie. He only needs 1, and unfortunately he doesn't get it in time to save Herman in the Jurien. However, the second broadside, yep, finally gets a clip, finally disintegrates the Jurien, and that is the Kraken Unleashed. 5 kills down, 87,000 damage, which is pretty impressive when you remember that this is a tier 2 to 3 game. That just leaves Sonic, and if he was feeling confident a few minutes ago, he's not now. All he can do is stay bow on and hope for the best. But hope, as we say, is the road to disappointment. Yes, that was a detonation. Straight through the bow, didn't even get to the citadel, just detonated the magazine instead. Goodbye, Monsieur Le Frog. The damage is done, 96,000 damage, and Stillguns appears to have run out of people to shoot. Oh dear, what a shame. Never mind. Just turn this great hulking beast of a battleship around and go looking for some other victims. Not that he's going to find very many. The 3 cruisers over on the far end of the map have got that enemy Jurien firmly in their sights. Goldshock is taking a pasting, but he's giving almost as good as he gets. Unfortunately, he hasn't got the hit points to trade. He's down to 3,005, and there's high explosive coming in, so he can't really angle against it. The only question is whether he's going to be able to take NQ Vulcan with him with a lucky citadel. And since he's firing high explosive, the answer to that is basically going to be no. No, he isn't. 2,200 damage, backing off the island. Stillguns takes a brief look, wondering if he can get in a cheeky bit of kill securing. Hey, he's been clubbing baby seals all game. What's a bit on the side? But at 114 health and then 0, he doesn't even need to waste the rounds. Which just leaves one rather lonely Bogatyr, who we haven't seen for most of the Oh, right, okay. Vodka party on the shore, comrades. Fair enough, I can go with that. Someone on B team must be raging, however, because, well, Red team were the only ones to actually cap a control point. Nobody else stayed in the control circles long enough. However, Everton is now, well, yeah, it's inevitable, really. The moment Stillguns manages to clear this corner, he's going to unleash a broadside of 305mm fire. Of course, that's assuming Everton survives long enough, because he's got 3 protected cruisers closing in on him, and all of them, well, let's just say they're not there to share recipes for vodka. Somebody did actually try making vodka in France once. I think it went down about as well as you'd expect with the traditionalists. Stillguns lines up a broadside, rounds out, gets a decent spread, secondaries kick in, and it looks like the early attempt to manufacture Grey Goose is going to fail miserably. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our massacre for today. That has been Stillguns in the SMS Konig Albert, running up 100,000 damage, 52 main battery hits, 3 citadels, 36 secondary hits, which is kind of impressive when you consider that the gunners are blind drunk at this tier, and what appears to have been a new fur coat. I'm sure he can live with himself. Until next time, farewell.